Hello, and welcome back to class. You know me by now. I'm Dr. Greg Parsons, and this is going to be the first of a series of weekly assignments that I'll be posting to basically give you an overview of what's expected for the week, give you a little bit of heads up when particularly longer assignments are coming so you can be prepared for that. Now, I'll be pretty much going over what's in the classroom itself, but I will be adding some additional insight or some additional information to provide you with my expectations, a little bit of feedback about what I'm looking for. I have my own particular perspective on some of these issues due to my long teaching experience as well as my time working in industry. So you may find my approach slightly different than some of your other professors, but that's one of the reasons that I do these video presentations each week, to kind of bring you up to date with my thinking. You'll also get this, of course, in feedback for your written assignments and your discussion posts. So this will be the first of a series of 8 weekly assignment videos. They should be posted by at least by Sunday of the upcoming week of work, so they should be available to you before you start working on this week's work. And I think you'll find them valuable. I would appreciate some feedback from you if you find that I could do something different that might be helpful to you as you sit down and start to work on your assignments. So until next time, goodbye and good luck.
As I mentioned in my initial overview of the course, it's always a good idea to start from your home page and then also to check for announcements. And when you're ready to start the week's assignment, go to the Week 1 or Week 2 or Week 3, whichever week it happens to be, and start from there. And the reason being, so on to the Week 1 assignment. As you can see, you have a lot of reading to do here. You have the first 4 parts of the HIT Black and Porter textbook, as well as the first half of the Wren textbook. And we also should look ahead to the paper that's going to be due on global organizations in week number 3. So be prepared for a heavy reading assignment, as well as a discussion post for this week. This discussion post is going to be about yourself primarily. It's going to be somewhat of an autobiography, but it's also going to include some information about previous classes you've taken, areas of research that you're interested in, relevant experience that you might have had, skills that you would require for the class, and also how you think the classroom and learning experience will have here is going to help you in the future. So I'm looking for a substantial post for your initial post, and I'm also looking for good responses. I expect you to read your classmates' posts and then choose a few that you're particularly interested in to establish sort of a working cyber relationship with your classmates. Then when we're going to ready to post your discussion, you will move on to the discussion Safe Assign page. On the Safe Assign page, you'll be submitting your draft, you'll be submitting your final, and finally you'll be going to Week 1 discussion to post. And then you'll be going to the Week 1 discussion after you've got your final draft back from Safe Assign and made the revisions that you think will improve it. Then it's time to come to the submission area, and this you can do either through the discussion section, but I would prefer that you do it in the Week 1 assignment area. And here you'll see that not only do you need to include your initial post, but you also need to then respond to your peers. And this assignment says comment upon the postings of your peers and respond with a welcome to each of them. The idea being that we're all going to be in this class together for the next 8 weeks, and there's no reason that we shouldn't have a conversational experience and learn a little bit about each other's and each other's styles. When you're ready to go with your initial post, of course, I want you to reply to the initial question. Don't reply with your initial post to other students, reply to the initial question. That'll make it easier for me to find where your initial post is. So the keys to success for first week's assignment. Start your reading. That's going to be the most important thing. When it comes to writing your post, and this applies to all your discussion posts for this class, you need to consider it to be somewhat of a mini paper. You should be using outside sources. You should be making a substantial contribution. We're not talking about 1 or 2 sentences here. And you should use a scholarly writing style. Now, when you're responding to your classmates or to me, you'll find that you can use a more conversational style, less formal. You don't necessarily have to use outside sources, although you may. It's not prohibited, but it's not required as in the initial post. Here in the response post, we're trying to set up a discussion or a conversation about issues that have been raised in the initial post. I would recommend highly that you compose your posts in Word, because remember, you're going to have to be submitting these to SafeAssign. Use the spell checker, use the grammar checker, fix things up before they get turned in. So you want to revise your initial posts, you want to review them a second time, you want to revise them again before they ever get sent to SafeAssign. When you get to SafeAssign, there you're checking for plagiarism and copying and your matching percentage. So it's mostly important to have that taken care of before you get to SafeAssign. If this presentation raises questions, be sure to get in touch with me. You can reach me through emails, through Ask Questions, through the text and cell phone information that's provided on my Meet the Professor, Dr. Greg Parsons page. So until next time, goodbye and good luck.